Hi there, I'm Thom Malone and very much looking forward to the flat racing action at Monday on Fairyhouse. We start things off with a pretty valuable claimer at 10-3, and while the Blue Panther is the top rated in this race, looks quite exposed at this stage, so I'm going to side with the Jessica Harrington trained Hissy Fit. Finished midfield at Cork when last seen, but that was a 33-1. Shane Foley gets the leg up this afternoon, and you'd expect that one by Australia, filly by Australia, to step up significantly on that first run, and I'll be with Hissy Fit, who steps slightly down in trip for her second start in that opener in the card at Fairyhouse. At 3:20, it's a 7 furlong fillies maiden. Theophile is the top rated in this one. A lot of them look very exposed though, so I'm just going to side with a debutante, Le Jardin Secret, by No Nay Never from the Dermot Weld yard in the Moidlair colours. Moidlair have unleashed some really decent horses at Fairyhouse in the past, including Search for a Song actually won her maiden at Fairyhouse, so hoping for good things as well for Le Jardin Secret in the 3:20. At 10-4, McCabe tops the weights there, and you would think this one under a penalty could do the trick again for Jim Bulger, and I'd be siding with McCabe, who is unlikely to encounter this level of opposition ever again in his life, but under the penalty expect McCabe at 10-4 to oblige there in that handicap over 7 furlongs. At 25 past 4 rather, it's the latest in the Foreign Equine series, a maiden here, and I like to look at the top one, Semenye. Those with form thus far, apart from maybe Prairie Dancer, it's not too inspiring, but of course the ceiling price for yearlings in this race is 60 grand. Semenye cost 55,000 by Star Spangled Banner for Ger Lyons, who really likes these sorts of races, and I just take a chance on Semenye. Again, keep an eye on the market on that one, and any market moves for Semenye would be a massive positive. There's a nursery at 5-5. The top one here, Tar Heel, is thoroughly exposed and now off a mark of 90. Again, I'm going to stick with Ger Lyons in this race, and Shalala, by Shalala obviously, was a winner over course and distance on debut. Next time I'd stepped into stakes company at the Marble Hill was actually run at Cork this year. Okay, he finished last at 4 on that occasion, but this is much calmer waters. And you expect this son of Shalala, who's already gelded, so he's probably been tricky enough at home, but Shalala here, expect off a mark of 86. A horse they're talking about after his debut to go into stakes company, so a mark of 86 you'd have to think would be workable at 5-5 in that nursery behind the very exposed looking Tar Heel. At 25 past 5, it's the feature race of the afternoon. It's the Ballyhane Blenheim Stakes. Dense Star is the top rated in this race, is effectively a mark of 98, but he's earned that rating in maidens, whereas Dicky Duda is a pound superior, but he's earned that rating in listed, and Pattern Company was down the field at Royal Ascot on his second start. Dicky Duda here, he's a win-only bet. He's either going to go out and blitz these, or he's going to finish nowhere. So with Jessica Harrington's Dicky Duda, the top rated in that 5:25. Give a shade to New Treasure as well, but really the fact that New Treasure won on very soft going last time out, it's a bit of a negative for him in that feature race, the Blenheim Stakes at 5:25. We close out with a couple of 0-65s. And to be perfectly honest, there's not a massive amount to recommend in the first division of that, so I'm going to side with That's Not Me. He's dropping into basement grade for the first time. He placed off a mark of 73 just last summer. Like I say, he's dropping into this grade for the first time in a while. Yes, he's only 1 from 21, but it's a pretty uninspiring race, and That's Not Me for Anthony McCann could do the business in the penultimate race in the card. That's the first division of the Follow Fairyhouse on social media, 0-65. In the second division, I'm going to stick with last year's winner, Pillar. He's in here off mark of 50. Shane Foley is on board again, as is the case when this horse won this race last year. It's probably the better of the two divisions of this closing sprint handicap, but with these grades, their time comes, and a lot of these take their turn, and hopefully Pillar, it's his turn in the closing race of the afternoon. They're the second division at 0-65 at 25 past 6 at Fairyhouse on Monday.